जब हम मॉनिटरिस्ट और केनेजियन व्यू करेंगे फिलिप्स कर्व में, तो उसमें जो हम अभी फ्रीडमैन एंड फिलिप्स व्यू कवर करने जा रहे हैं, द सेम व्यू विल बी कवर्ड अंडर द मॉनिटरिस्ट व्यू के अंडर भी ये कवर होगा, राइट? सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद दिस. आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग माय स्क्रीन. सो एक हमने लॉन्ग रन व्यू किया था जिसमें हमने इफेक्ट ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग ऑन वेजेस किया था. नाउ दे आर वेरी सिमिलर है, सिर्फ समझाने का जो प्रोसेस का तरीका है. सेम टाइप ऑफ चेंज विल कम ऑन फिलिप्स कर्व इन द लॉन्ग रन. जो हमने कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग का लिया था, सेम फ्रीडमैन में भी लॉन्ग रन में वही इफेक्ट आएगा. बट द कॉजेस दैट व्हाई दिस vertical straight line Phillips curve exists in the long run and downward sloping inverse curve exists in the short run. Friedman and Phillips explain it with the in some other way. दूसरे वे में इसको explain कर रहे हैं, right? They basically includes the role of expected prices in the Phillips curve. That like when we have started with the long run Phillips curve, then we have said that in 1960s it has been seen that Phillips curve has shifted in the upward direction, and it keeps on shifting in the upward direction. So that means shortened Phillips curve keeps on shifting in the upward direction, and in the long run, when we derive the long run Phillips curve, we derive from these shifted Phillips curves, then we get a vertical straight line Phillips curve, right? ये हमने फाइनली जब हमने स्टार्ट किया था. सो फ्रॉम दिस ऑनवर्ड्स देयर हैज बीन अ डिफरेंशिएशन बिटवीन शॉर्ट रन फिलिप्स कर्व एंड लॉन्ग रन फिलिप्स कर्व, राइट? नाउ फ्रीडमैन एंड फिलिप्स हैव ट्राइड टू एक्सप्लेन that why there's a shift in the Phillips curve in the upward direction, short run Phillips curve upward direction में क्यों shift होते हैं, and how we get the long run Phillips curve. They say that basically the role of expected prices is there whenever these suppliers of labor and the demand for labor is concerned. The expected role of expected wages is very important. Role of expected prices is very important. According to Friedman and Phillips, the supply of demand for labor is a function of real wages. Real wages का function है, and supply of labor is also a function of real wages. When real wages increases because of increase in money wages, then the supply of labor increases. And when real wages decreases because of increase in prices, अगर आप prices increase कर दो, then money wages divided by prices is equal to real wage. अगर आप price को increase कर दोगे तो real wage fall करेंगी, because of that demand for labor increases, right? That means I'm just explain you that what contribution has been made by Friedman and Phillips in explaining the short run and long run Phillips curve. Now, according to the Friedman and Phillips, as far as the wages are concerned, these are the money wages. These wages are the function of rate of unemployment. If the rate of unemployment is higher, that means money wages are lower, and unemployment is lower, then money wages will go higher. And plus, these money wages also get affected by the expected price inflation in the economy. Expected price level क्या है economy में, these money wages are also get affected by that, right? So this Friedman and Phillips has introduced this concept that money wages are get affected by the expected prices. Expected prices से भी effect होती हैं, right? Now this alpha shows that how much effect of these expected prices falls on the money wages. ये जो हमने alpha ये value ली है, ये show करती है कि कितना effect जो है money wages पे पड़ता है expected prices का. Now when we do the original Phillips का, जब हम original Phillips curve लेते हैं, in that we take the value of alpha is equal to 0. So Phillips and his supporters has taken the value of alpha is equal to 0. That means no effect of expected prices on money wages. So they have only related the money wages with the rate of unemployment. Rate of unemployment के साथ इसको relate किया है. Right? Now, हाँ जी.
मैम दिस ENT ये क्या शो कर रहा है?
T is the time period, E is expected. In particular time period, what is the expected prices? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is basically the this is the portion which has been basically contributed by Friedman and Phillips की जो expected prices है कितना price को change को expect किया जा रहा है that also basically affect the money wages. अब मैं इसको बिल्कुल simple way से तुम्हें explain करती हूँ then you will understand ये basically equation क्या कह रही है. Right? Now as we know that demand for labor is a function of, according to Friedman, demand for labor is a function of real wage. जो classicals भी लेते हैं, Keynes भी लेता है और ये monetarists भी लेते हैं कि yes, demand for labor is a function of real wage. When this real wage will fall, demand for labor will increase. जो demand for labor है वो increase होगी. That means excess demand will get created. Excess demand create होगा, right? So demand for labor will only increase if there is fall in real wages. On the other hand, supply of labor is also a function of real wage, but when they calculate the real wage, they expect the price. जैसे for example, if because when जब ये supply when we sign the contract of job, जब हम contract sign करते हैं तो हम like for example पूरा 1 year के लिए contract sign कर लिया तो आपकी 1 year की salary जो है उसमें आपका wage contract में आपकी fix हो जाती है. So in 1 year what will be the expected price क्या होगा accordingly I will negotiate my salary. हम अपनी salary को negotiate करेंगे. So जो that means this when we are talking from the point of view of the labor supply, so they don't know the actual price. एक साल बाद actual price क्या होगा, they are not aware about this, but they expect the price. वो price को expect करते हैं and on the basis of that expected price they provide their supply of labor. वो supply of labor को provide करते हैं. So this is also a function of the real wage. ये भी real wage का function है. But when these real wages will increase, that means if they are seeing that the money wages are increasing, money wages increase हो रही हैं, and the price which are they are expecting remains constant है, that means real wages will increase, real wages increase हो रही हैं, then they will supply more labor, वो ज़्यादा labor जो है supply करेंगे. Is that clear?
Ma'am, this is actually irrational expectations theory.
It is closer to that. ये closer है उसके. Right? Rational expectation के. Right? Now that means and जो demand करते हैं labor को firms and all, they can predict the prices more accurately because they are the one basically who are fixing the prices of the product, and if the demand for the product is increasing, they will increase the price. So they can basically look at this, that the price which is changing or increasing, accordingly how much change in real wage is concerned, coming real wage में कितना change आ रहा है, they can calculate it, because and if there is fall in the real wage, their demand for labor will increase, but on the other hand supply of labor will increase if there is increase in real wage, अगर real wage में increase आता है, right? So now suppose हाँ जी
Ma'am, demand of labor में means price expectation is equals to actual price, ना?
Demand for labor में it is equal to actual price.
Yes, ma'am.
तो इसलिए हमने वहां पे E नहीं लिया है, but supply of labor में it is expected price.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now suppose in the short run, अब हम यहाँ से हमें पता चल गया डिमांड फॉर लेबर किसका फंक्शन है और सप्लाई ऑफ लेबर किसका फंक्शन है. अब यहाँ से हम आगे चलते हैं कि सपोज we are now looking it from in the short run, Phillips curve in the short run ले रहे हैं हम, right? Now in the short term, suppose this is the Phillips curve. ये Phillips curve है. Short run में what will happen? Suppose this is the 6% rate of unemployment which is existing in the economy and prices are stable. Prices stable हैं and there is no price inflation. Inflation means 2% growth है prices में, 5% है. If prices are stable, अगर stability है prices में, that means rate of inflation अभी zero है. So हम assume करें, we are assuming that right now suppose 6% is the rate of unemployment in the economy and prices are stable. So right now there is no inflationary pressure in the economy. There is no inflation. So zero inflation is existing. Zero inflation जो है वो exist कर रही है. Right? So over here we take price inflation. हम price inflation ले रहे हैं. On this side we take unemployment rate. Right? Rate ले रहे हैं. Now suppose policymakers think that this 6% rate of unemployment is very high for the economy. उसको high लेते हैं. And in order to reduce this 6% rate of unemployment, they expand the money supply. अब इस 6% rate of unemployment rate, अब एक और चीज समझो, जो फ्रीडमैन explanation दे रहा है, he says that in this particular case, when the economy is on 6% rate of unemployment with zero rate of inflation, that means the rate of money supply, जो rate of money supply है, this is equal to rate of growth in output. जितना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस हो रही है उसी ग्रोथ रेट से हमारी उसी रेट से मनी सप्लाई. दैट मींस इफ देयर इज सपोज 3% rate of growth of output, this is output. If there is 3% rate of growth of output, then that means there is 3% rate of money supply. Inflation won't be there. जो inflation है वो नहीं होगी, prices stable होंगे. Is that clear?
मैम मतलब प्रोडक्टिविटी उतनी है ना?
हाँ, प्रोडक्टिविटी उतनी है. 3% एक्स्ट्रा आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस हुआ, उस 3% एक्स्ट्रा को परचेज करने के लिए 3% मनी सप्लाई अवेलेबल हो गया. So overall prices will not increase. Right? Is that clear? Now suppose this is the situation currently in the economy. Now the policy makers think that this 6% rate of unemployment is very high in the economy and they should reduce it. And for reducing it, they follow make the expansion. They follow the expansionary monetary policy. Expansion कर रहे हैं. Suppose they increases the money supply by 5%. उन्होंने जो मनी सप्लाई है वो 5% इंक्रीज कर दी. दैट मींस 2% एक्स्ट्रा. 3% ऑलरेडी था, 3% आउटपुट भी था, अब 3% से इंक्रीज करके दे हैव इंक्रीज द मनी सप्लाई बाय 5%. When there is increase in money supply by 5%, that means 2% extra money will be there in the economy. When 2% extra money will be there in the economy, then aggregate demand in the economy for goods and services will increase. जो aggregate demand है वो increase होगा. Due to increase in aggregate demand, prices will increase. जो prices हैं वो भी धीरे धीरे increase होंगे. On the one side, this is happening in the output market. When the aggregate demand is increasing, prices will increase slowly. And due to this, the firms or the producers will start producing more output. ज़्यादा output produce करना शुरू कर देंगे because aggregate demand has increased. Aggregate demand will lead to increase in prices in the product market. This is happening in the product market. On the other hand, in the labor market, producers or the firms will start demanding more labor. ज़्यादा labor demand करना शुरू कर देंगे. And when they demand more labor, जब वो ज़्यादा labor demand करेंगे, because of that money wages will start increasing. जो money wages हैं वो increase होना शुरू हो जाएंगी. New job opportunities will come over. Unemployed people will get employment. उनको employment मिलेगी and money wages will go in the upward direction. ये situation हुआ labor market. Now what happened when money wages are increasing in the labor market? Labor will not see change in prices immediately. He will not feel immediately in the short run that prices are also increasing in the economy. Prices भी increase हो रही हैं. They will only see that because of excess demand for labor, money wages are raising, money wages increase हो रहे हैं, and they will expect, उनकी expectation क्या है? They will expect that price inflation, which is right now is zero, and actual price inflation is also zero. Actual भी zero है इस time में initially, and expected, they will expect that this price inflation will remain same. यही price inflation रहेगी. That means that they will expect that this price, the prices will remain at zero rate of inflation. Zero rate of inflation पे ही exist करेंगे by assuming that, जिसको हम केन्स की लैंग्वेज में मनी इल्यूजन कहते हैं. सो फ्रीडमैन डजंट assume, फ्रीडमैन ये assume नहीं करता है जैसे केन्स कहता है कि लेबर को मनी इल्यूजन है. फ्रीडमैन भी अपनी उसमें राइटिंग में कहीं नहीं देता कि जो लेबर है वो प्राइसेस को कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. फ्रीडमैन सेज दैट लेबर टेक्स टाइम टू रियलाइज दिस थिंग दैट प्राइसेस आर इंक्रीजिंग. Initially he will just look at this thing that his money wages are increasing, and he will assume that prices will remain constant, prices constant rahenge, and with that he calculates that his real wages are increasing, and when he see that real wages are increasing, they will start supplying more labor to the firms, to the producers. Unemployed will be ready to do the work करने के लिए ready होंगे. Due to that, what will happen? This rate of unemployment will start reducing. Rate of unemployment reduce होना शुरू हो जाएगा. Further, Friedman says that demand for labor has increased because the increase in price is more than the increase in wage rate. जो increase हुआ है price में, because this is the real wage. ये हमारी real wage है, right? Labor, when the money wages will increase, prices are also increasing in the product market. Producers will only demand more labor if the real wages have reduced, and this will happen only if the increase in price is greater than the increase in money wages. So actually what is happening, aggregate demand, due to increase in money supply, aggregate demand is increasing fastly in the product market. Because of aggregate demand, prices are increasing. Increase in price is greater than the increase in money wages. Because of that, demand for labor is increasing. जो demand for labor है वो increase हो रही है. But on the other hand, in the labor market, labor cannot see or predict these changes in the prices immediately. They are not realizing that prices are also increasing. They just look at this factor that money wages are increasing. So when they calculate their real wages, they will calculate what they are expecting, price level they are expecting in the market, and they are expecting that the same prices will continue to exist in future also. ये same prices जो हैं, जो अब exist कर रहे हैं, जो 0% rate of inflation में है, the same prices are going to exist in the future also. They are not able to see the change in prices immediately. They will just look at the increase in money wages. Due to this type of a situation in the labor market, demand for labor will increase because they can see that real wages are less than the are reducing. They will increase the demand for labor, but labor will only see that real wages are increasing. Labor सिर्फ ये देख रहा है कि money wage increase हो रही है, that means real wages are increasing. They will increase the supply of labor. वो supply of labor को increase कर देंगे same price level पे, by expecting the same price level. Because of that, rate of unemployment will reduce. And suppose this rate of unemployment will reduce from 6 to 4%, and in the product market, prices will increased from 0 to 2%. जो prices हैं वो 0 से 2% पे increase हो गए because of increase in the money supply by 2%. Is that clear?
मैम द लेबर मतलब उनको पता नहीं लगेगा शॉर्ट रन में,
हाँ, इमीडिएटली हाँ, लॉन्ग रन में तो ऑब्वियसली they will realize that there is increase in prices. वो realize करेंगे इस चीज को.
और मैम वो फिर वापस सेम लेवल पे आ जाएंगे जब उनको रियलाइज.
तो यहाँ तक हम समझ रहे हैं दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस फॉर द शॉर्ट रन ओनली. दैट मींस मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी जो एक्सपेंशनरी मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी है that has benefited the economy in the short term only from the with the reduction in the unemployment rate. So unemployment rate has reduced from 6 to 4%, but there is inflation also along with the reduction in the rate of unemployment. So this type of a that means in the short run there will be more output zyada hoga. In the short run there will be more employment will be higher, and in the short run inflation will also exist. Inflation bhi exist kar rahi hai. Is that clear?
Yes ma'am.
Right. Now what will happen in the long run? Long run mein kya effect aayega? Now ye humne liya that this type of a situation will exist in the short run. यहाँ पे हम 4 पे आ गए. We were on point A. Now we are on point B with this 2% rate of inflation. 2% हमने ले लिया. Here we take rate of inflation जो हम prices ले रहे हैं, and here we take unemployment rate. Right. Now in the long run, labor realize करेगा that prices has increased. Prices increase हुए हैं, and this increase in prices are more than their increase in money wage. Money wage से ज़्यादा increase हुए हैं. That means rather than increase in money wages, rather than increase in real wages, there is fall in real wages. Increase की बजाय fall आया है real wages में. Due to that, what will happen? They will start putting pressure on the producers, on the firms to sign new contracts. New contracts sign करने के लिए pressure होगा, and they will start demanding higher money wages. तो higher money wages जो है demand करना शुरू कर देंगे, right? And some will not be ready to work on these lower real wages जो reduce होगी, because supply of labor is positively related with the real wages. If increase in price is more than the increase in money wages, अगर जो price में increase आया है वो money wages से ज़्यादा है, then some of the people might reduce their supply of labor. अपनी supply of labor को reduce कर लेंगे, because now they will realize that they are getting lesser real wages as compared to the earlier time period. And due to this, the excess supply जो थी, right? Due to this, the excess of supply of labor in the labor market will start reduce होना शुरू हो जाएगी, and the labor in this labor market will start demanding higher money wages. Higher money wages जो है demand करना शुरू कर देंगे. Because of that, money wages in the economy will start increasing. Money wages जो हैं वो increase होना शुरू हो जाएंगे. So what will happen? Look over here. Earlier this is the price. ये price है. Now the labor also knows in the long run. Labor also realizes that what is the actual price, right? So now their expected price is equal to actual price. In the short run, these two are not equal to each other. Prices were increasing, but labor was not able to realize that prices are increasing. So he was expecting that same older price level, which was at zero rate of inflation, is going to exist. So he was not able to look at the actual prices. But in the long run, labor will realize that the expected prices are not equal to actual prices. Actual prices are greater, so he will make his expectation according to the actual price. Actual price ke equal aa jayegi, right? So now if the prices have increased, they will start demanding more money wages. Money wages भी ज़्यादा demand करना शुरू कर देंगे, so that their real wages should increase. And when real wages starts increasing, then the producers will reduce the demand for labor. जो producers हैं वो demand for labor को reduce कर देंगे, because demand for labor is the inverse function of real wages. Real wages का inverse function है. So money wages will start increasing in the economy. Because of that, real wages will start increasing. When the real wages will start increasing, then the job availability will start reducing. जो job availability है वो reduce होना शुरू हो जाएगी. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Due to this, what will happen? Again, this now money wages are higher in the economy. Prices are also higher in the economy. But what will happen to the rate of unemployment? That means हम 2% पे थे. We are on a 2% rate of inflation because prices are high. Prices भी 2% से बढ़ गए. Money wages भी 2% से बढ़ गई. But this rate of unemployment will again start increasing. Rate of unemployment दोबारा increase होना शुरू हो जाएगा. तो earlier, according to this Phillips curve, इस Phillips curve के according, the relationship between price inflation and rate of employment was that at 4% rate of unemployment, 2% is the rate of inflation. But now because of all this change, inflation will remain at 2% rate, 2% पे रहेगी, but rate of unemployment will start increasing because of these type of changes in the labor market. Rate of unemployment दोबारा increase होना शुरू हो जाएगा and it will come to the same level. वापस ये 6% पे आ जाएगा, right? And ultimately you can see this point will be representing new relationship. Now at 6% rate of unemployment, 2% is the inflation. पहले क्या first P1 Phillips curve क्या show कर रहा था? 4% अगर rate of unemployment है तो 2% inflation होगी. But now at 6% rate of unemployment, 2% is the inflation. So this combination is existing at a new Phillips curve. That means Phillips curve has shifted in the upward direction. Phillips curve show क्या कर रहा है? Phillips curve is showing that at different levels of unemployment, what will be the rate of inflation? Rate of inflation क्या होगा? But now, in the long run, it is not the 4% rate of unemployment on which the rate of inflation is 2%. It is on the 6% rate of unemployment, rate of inflation is 2%. So this is new combination and this new combination is on a higher Phillips curve. ये higher Phillips curve पे exist कर रहा है. That means in the short run economy will move from A to B till the time the labor is not able to realize what is happening. क्या हो रहा है, किस तरीके से जो प्राइसेस हैं वो चेंज हो रहे हैं. एंड बट इन द लॉन्ग रन इकोनॉमी विल मूव फ्रॉम B to C. जो लॉन्ग रन में दैट मींस फ्रॉम A to B इन द शॉर्ट रन एंड फ्रॉम B to C इन द लॉन्ग रन में चेंज आएगा. इज दैट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Again, suppose policymaker again tries to reduce this 6% rate of inflation, rate of unemployment, then again they will increase the money supply. Suppose from 5% to 7%, 5% से 7% increase कर देते हैं. That means 3% और inflation आ गया. तो total हो गया 2 पहले ही था, अब आपने 7% कर दिया. तो ऑलरेडी 5% था पहले, 5 से 7 कर दिया. दैट मींस 3% को और एडिशन आ गया. तो रेट ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन विल शिफ्ट फ्रॉम 2% टू 5%. 5% पे शिफ्ट होगा. ड्यू टू दिस अगेन for the shorter duration, again with the same logic, with the same process, we will move from this from C point to a D point. दोबारा movement will be there from C point to D point, right? Unemployment will reduce, employment will increase, labor will not see the change in prices because now the labor will expect that the price inflation will remain at 2%. जो prices है वो 2% पे ही रहेंगे. By this expectation, they look at the increase in money wages and they see it as the increase in real wages. They assume it as increase in real wages. They will increase their supply of labor, but prices are increasing faster than the increase in wages. Wages से ज़्यादा faster और greater increase हो रहे हैं. Because of that, demand for labor will increase, unemployment will reduce. But again, in the long run, labor will realize that prices are not at 2%, but the price inflation is at 5%. They will start demanding more money wages. When they will start demanding more money wages, जो real wages will increase, and due to increase in real wages, again demand for labor will start falling, unemployment will increase, unemployment increase hoga, and again economy will come to the 6% rate of unemployment. जो economy है वो वापस 6% rate of unemployment पे आ जाएगी, right? So that means the economy will move from C to D and D to E. So this type of a movement will happen in the economy. So these type of a changes in the unemployment, that means increase in output, increase in employment, increase in price inflation, this will happen in the short run, but in the long run, this increase in output and increase in employment will not get retained. ये retain नहीं होगा. There will only be inflation in the economy because of the expansion in money supply. Economy will remain at this 6% rate of unemployment. So if we join these points A, C, and E, we will get the straight line curve, which is known as long run Phillips curve. हम इसे long run Phillips curve कहते हैं, हम इसे expectation augmented Phillips curve भी कहते हैं, right? Because this all changes has happened because of the expectation that what type of prices has been expected by the labor. Once they realized it that their expectations are wrong, again we will come to the same uh, uh, again we will come to the same rate of unemployment, right? So this is known as, this straight line curve is known as long run Phillips curve. इसे long run Phillips curve कहते हैं. And this rate of unemployment, right, on which the economy remains stable at the long run, जिस पे economy long run में stable रहती है, and no change comes in this because of these type of expansionary monetary policies, this is known as natural rate of unemployment. इसे हम natural rate of unemployment कहते हैं. And actually this natural rate of unemployment is the level of full employment. It coincides with the level of full employment, right?
Ma'am, so this straight line is representing the full employment equilibrium.
कौन सा?
Ma'am, this long run Phillips curve, the straight
Yes.
line.
ये इकोनॉमी का फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट इक्विलिब्रियम शो कर रहा है, वेयर देर इज नो अल्टीमेटली इन द लॉन्ग रन देर इज नो चेंज इन एम्प्लॉयमेंट, देर इज नो चेंज इन आउटपुट, आउटपुट भी आपकी उसी लेवल पे है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी आपकी उसी लेवल पे है, ओनली प्राइसेस आर इंक्रीजिंग. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इन द फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट? फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट पे क्या होता है? इफ यू इंक्रीज द मनी सप्लाई एट फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल, देर इज नो चेंज इन आउटपुट, देर इज नो चेंज इन एम्प्लॉयमेंट, ओनली प्राइसेस इंक्रीजेस. यही करते हैं ना फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट सिचुएशन में.
Yes,
अगर there is already full, if there is full employment condition in the economy, then whole of the money supply get converted into price inflation. Price inflation में convert हो जाती है, and this is what is happening over here. So that means in this particular case, in the long run, economy is at 6% rate of unemployment. This 6% rate of unemployment is the natural rate of unemployment. That means if we try to move away from this rate, natural rate of unemployment, if we try to reduce it, this will only happen for the shorter duration. But again, in the long run, economy will come to this 6% natural rate of unemployment, and this represents the full employment situation of the economy. Now, this on this 6%, तो ये 6% rate of unemployment कहाँ से आया? अगर full employment है. If you know the definition of full employment, then you know that different types of unemployment coexist with the full employment. That we know, अगर हमने पढ़ा हुआ है उसका definition.
yes,
right? There is yes, there is voluntary unemployment because जैसे मैंने कहा कि क्योंकि rate of जो हमारी रियल वेजेस थी, क्योंकि वो एक्चुअली फॉल करना शुरू कर गई, एंड मेनी पीपल नाउ विल नॉट बी विलिंग टू वर्क एज दोज लोअर रियल वेजेस, सो दे आर विलिंगली गोइंग आउट ऑफ द लेबर मार्केट. वो विलिंगली आउट हो रहे हैं. देयर कैन बी फ्रिक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर, मेनी डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट कैन को एग्जिस्ट विद दिस natural rate of unemployment. So this 6% is representing the natural rate of unemployment. और अगर हम simplified language में कहें, then this natural rate of unemployment coexist with the full employment for the economy. ये full employment के लिए coexist करता है. Right? Now this natural rate of unemployment depends on the डिपेंड किस पे करता है? दिस नेचुरल रेट ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बेसिकली डिपेंड्स ऑन द supply of factors of it is determined by the supply of factors of production in the economy. It get determined by the level of technology in the economy. It depends on the institutional structure of the economy. So basically this natural rate of unemployment get determined by the real factors. Real factors इसको determine करते हैं कि natural rate of unemployment कितना होगा. इसलिए different economies have different types of a natural rate of unemployment, right?
मैम 5% ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन कैसे आया, एक बार ही बता दो.
मनी सप्लाई जैसे ये तो हमें समझ आ गया कि वापस हम 6% पे आ गए. Again, policymakers think that 6% rate of unemployment is very high and we have to reduce it, right? और जो 4% achieve किया था वो हमें achieve करना ही है. So they again further go for the expansionary policy and पहले क्या किया था? 3% मनी सप्लाई पे तो कोई इन्फ्लेशन नहीं था क्योंकि 3% ही रेट ऑफ प्रोडक्टिविटी था. जब 5%
हाँ, फिर 7% हुआ तो 7 माइनस 4% नहीं आना चाहिए.
7 अच्छा ठीक है. हाँ इसको 4 ले लो. दैट इज माय कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक. या उसको 8 कर लो. इसको 5 रखना तो उसको दैट इज माय कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक. राइट. सो इट इज 4%. इसी गैप को ले रहे हैं ना. 5 minus 3 देन 7% कर दिया तो 7 minus 3. राइट.
यस मैम.
सो दिस इज बेसिकली इन्फ्लेशन हमारी जो है इस तरीके से इंक्रीज हो रही है. राइट. सो
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम, हम ये कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं कि इतनी इन्फ्लेशन पे हमारा जो रेट ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है वो पहले इतना चेंज होगा और वापस उस रेट पे आएगा?
कि दिस इज व्हाट इज रिफ्लेक्टेड बाय डेटा. बेसिकली ये डेटा रिफ्लेक्ट करता है कि पास्ट में हमारा किस तरीके का इम्पैक्ट आया है मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी का. राइट.
करने का
फोरकास्टिंग हमारे जो फॉर्मूलाज होते हैं, जो फोरकास्ट जब तुम इकोनोमेट्रिक्स पढ़ोगे उसमें फोरकास्टिंग मेथड्स पढ़ोगे तुम कि किस तरीके से फोरकास्टिंग की जाती है. तुम रिग्रेशन करते हो. दैट इज वन ऑफ द वे व्हिच इज यूज्ड फॉर फोरकास्टिंग. इफ दिस इज द वैल्यू ऑफ y, व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ x. और वो कैसे निकालते हो? a और b का रिलेशनशिप वैल्यूज कैसे निकालते हो? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द पास्ट डेटा, पास्ट बिहेवियर जब आप देख रहे हो.
Okay, ma'am.
So there are forecasting techniques. You will when you go when you study higher level of econometrics, you will find out कि forecasting techniques क्या होती हैं. But actually में forecasting techniques तुम तब apply करना learn करते हो जब तुम खुद research करते हो. Right? यहाँ पे तुम सीख लोगे कि कौन-कौन सी different forecasting techniques हैं. तुम्हें idea मिल जाएगा with the help of a this econometrics. Right? So forecasting techniques होती हैं with the by looking at this कि कितना inflation जो है वो change हुआ है या होगा. Right? Because of change in the money supply. जब money supply 3% बढ़ाया 5% किया गया तो inflation में कितना change आया, that we can see with the help of a data. हम data से देख सकते हैं कि price inflation कितना बढ़ा. And in today's आजकल तो इतना fast है data collection that we get the monthly price increase. पहले तो हम yearly price inflation हमें मिलती थी. Now you can even look at weekly inflation, monthly inflations भी जो है the data is available. इतनी fast collection है data की अब तो.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So you can with the looking at those data you can find out that how these are related with each other. एक दूसरे से ये कैसे related है. Short run data भी available है. If short run is available, automatically we can convert it into long run data. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So ये basically जब फ्रीडमैन और फिलिप्स ने चेक किया, then they have studied it on the US economy. US economy में इनको study किया and they have seen that the again when there is a expansion, money supply expansions, then the only inflationary pressures has been existed in the economy, but rate of unemployment has remained at the same level in the long run. Long run में वो same level पे exist करता रहा. That means जो long run हमारे Phillips curve हैं, they are vertical Phillips curve. ये vertical line Phillips curve है. जो ये short run में change भी आता है, that only happens because of the error in the price expectations. Right?
मैम और ये जो लॉन्ग रन फिलिप्स कर्व है इसको हम शिफ्ट नहीं कर सकते आगे, मतलब किसी भी तरीके से अगर हम कोई
ये शिफ्ट होता है,
टेक्नोलॉजी को इम्प्रूव करें.
yes, it gets shifted, like इसलिए मैंने कहा कि 6% is the natural rate of unemployment, but ये किस पे डिपेंड करेगा? डिपेंड करेगा what is the supply of factors of production. If the supply of factors of production increases in the economy, that means now you are not at full employment level. Now there are more factors of production in the economy. राइट, फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट में क्या था कि जितने भी विलिंग थे काम करने के लिए अवेलेबल फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन यू हैव यूज्ड देम, बट इफ द सप्लाई ऑफ फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीजेस इन द इकोनॉमी, इफ सपोज कोई न्यू सोर्स ऑफ नेचुरल फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन आपको मिल गया, न्यू सोर्सेज ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल गेट जनरेटेड इन द इकोनॉमी, न्यू वर्किंग पॉपुलेशन कीप्स ऑन एडिंग इन द एड अप हो गई इन द इकोनॉमी, देन ऑटोमेटिकली due to this what will happen, this will not remain the level of full employment. ये level of full employment नहीं रहेगा.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Secondly, because of the change in technology, because of the change in the institution of the economy, अगर economy के institution, banking structures ये सब reform होते हैं, sectors reformations होती हैं, technological improvements होती हैं, all this will shift the long run Phillips curve in the inward direction, but that will only happen if there is change in the real factors. ये real factors and technology, factors of production, if these get change in the economy, then only the level of employment will increase, level of output will increase in the economy, right? But if we keep on changing money supply only and other factors, these real factors are not changing, then because of this type of expansionary policy, there will only be inflationary pressures in the economy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So according to the monetary view, that is why monetary view says that the rate of money supply in the economy should be stable. ये stable होनी चाहिए. It should be according to the rule of thumb. Like if there is 3% rate of productivity, there should be a 3% rate of money supply in the economy. If with the help of a monetary policy, if with the help of a state intervention, अगर government intervention or monetary policy के through, if we try to reduce the rate of unemployment in the economy, which is natural rate of unemployment in the economy, then there will only be disturbance in the economy in the form of inflation, but no change in the output or employment will get generated in the economy. Output or employment में कोई change नहीं आएगा. That is why monetarists basically suggest that state should not intervene. State को intervene नहीं करना चाहिए, because when state intervene, they basically disturbs the market. वो market को disturb करते हैं and they distort it. वो उसको distort करते हैं, right? Because these type of policies are not, can give the benefit only for a shorter duration, but it creates the disturbance in the long duration. ये long duration में disturbance or distortion create करती हैं. According to the monetarist, private sector is a stable sector. Private sector एक stable sector है. They can themselves clear the markets. If any state intervention is done, then it will not benefit the economy, it only harms the economy. ये economy को harm करता है, and that is why they are against any type of a intervention, whether it is through a monetary policy or whether it is through a fiscal policy. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So ये monetarist का point of view है. Right? कल हम करेंगे इसमें Keynesian point of view. Right? और सेम यही चीज, यही वाला जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है, यही फ्रीडमैन फिलिप्स का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है कि लॉन्ग रन फिलिप्स का हम कैसे लेते हैं. सो अगर सिंपल क्वेश्चन आता है कि एक्सप्लेन शॉर्ट रन एंड लॉन्ग रन फिलिप्स का, तो शॉर्ट रन में तो हम सिंपल एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे. इन दी लॉन्ग रन वी विल एक्सप्लेन इट फ्रॉम टू पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एक जो हमने पहले किया था कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग वाला, एंड वन विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस फ्रीडमैन एंड फिलिप्स व्यू. एक ये बन जाता है. इफ द क्वेश्चन कम्स ऑन द मोनेटरिस्ट एंड Keynesian व्यू on Phillips curve, their discussion on Phillips curve, then again in the monetarist view we will discuss all this. हम इसको discuss करेंगे. इसके मैं तुम्हें अलग से notes भी दूंगी जो policy के साथ attached हैं, जो monetarist view और Keynesian view के बारे में. But monetarist view और Friedman and Phillips view, you will see ये दोनों same है. अभी तक जो मैंने तुम्हें notes दिए हैं वो long run Phillips curve तक दिए हैं, जिसमें फ्रीडमैन और फेलिप्स मॉडल भी है। अब जो आज नोट सेंड करूंगी उसमें यू विल सी मॉनिटरिस्ट व्यू एंड केनेजियन व्यू ऑन फिलिप्स का। मॉनिटरिस्ट व्यू में ऑलमोस्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन जो है वो रिपीट हो रही है जो फ्रीडमैन और फेलिप्स की है। Is that clear?
ओके मैम।
और अब जो नोट्स डालूंगी उसके मॉनिटरिस्ट व्यू के साथ उनका पॉलिसी इम्प्लीकेशन क्या है और केनेजियन व्यू के साथ उनका पॉलिसी इम्प्लीकेशन क्या है, अब के नोट्स में वो दोनों चीजें अटैच्ड होंगी, राइट? सो
मैम बट केन्स का तो लॉन्ग रन तो होगा ही नहीं ना?
केन्स का लॉन्ग रन क्यों नहीं होगा? केन्स का लॉन्ग रन है। केन्स
मैम
कहता है कि there is full employment but generally under employment exists in the economy, but if there is full employment in the economy फिर तो एग्रीगेट सप्लाई का वहां पे भी स्ट्रेट हो जाता है। केन्स भी उसको स्ट्रेट लेता है जहां पे वो फुल इन्फ्लेशन शो करता है।
यस मैम।
राइट, बट केन्स भी लॉन्ग रन में यही लेता है, बट डिफरेंस बस ये है कि मॉनिटरिस्ट जो है वो ये कहते हैं कि लॉन्ग रन में आप डिस्टॉर्ट कर दोगे इंटरवीन करके, बट केनेजियंस ये कहते हैं कि शॉर्ट रन इज इंपॉर्टेंट। अगर आपने शॉर्ट रन में इंटरवीन नहीं किया तो ये जो शॉर्ट रन की प्रॉब्लम है ये प्रोलॉन्ग हो जाएगी लॉन्ग रन तक। उनके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में डिफरेंस है शॉर्ट रन और लॉन्ग रन को देखने के लिए, राइट?
यस मैम।
मॉनिटरिस्ट कहते हैं कि जो गवर्नमेंट या स्टेट्स होती हैं दे आर नॉट दैट स्मार्ट इनफ टू अंडरस्टैंड द इकोनॉमी। वो इकोनॉमी इतने स्मार्ट नहीं है कि वो इकोनॉमी की जो पल्स को समझ पाए, राइट? एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, प्राइवेट सेक्टर, दे आर द वन हु अंडरस्टैंड द पल्स ऑफ द इकोनॉमी एंड दे वर्क फॉर द सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट। इकोनॉमी ऑटोमेटिकली वर्क करती है, बट व्हेन स्टेट थिंक्स कि दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द इकोनॉमी, वी शुड इंटरवीन, state is not that smart enough that how the intervention should be done, because they are not that, अगर सिंपल लैंग्वेज में कहूँ कि स्टेट इतनी स्मार्ट या इंटेलिजेंट नहीं है कि वो इकोनॉमी को ओवर पावर कर पाए। ये मॉनिटरिस्ट का व्यू। और वो कहते हैं कि वो जब भी इंटरवीन करती है क्योंकि उसमें जो लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग है दैट इज लेस देन व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग इन द इकोनॉमी, वो उससे कम है। वो जब भी वो इंटरवेंशन करते हैं तो उनकी इंटरवेंशन जो है वो इकोनॉमी को डिस्टॉर्ट ही करती है, राइट?
यस मैम।
सो वो उनका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, लेकिन केनेजियंस का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है कि वी शुड इंटरवीन, क्योंकि जो बिकॉज वो लेते हैं ना इन लॉन्ग रन वी ऑल आर डेड, शॉर्ट रन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, तो इसलिए वो इंटरवेंशन को फेवर करते हैं। कल हम केनेजियन करेंगे तो वहां पे ये पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आएगा, बट यस वो लॉन्ग रन फिलिप्स तुम देखोगे लॉन्ग रन फिलिप्स का और शॉर्ट रन फिलिप्स का को वो भी लेते हैं, सेम मैनर में ही लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेनेशन में डिफरेंस है वो हम, बट ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही बेस है। सो हम कल केनेजियन व्यू को उसमें कवर कर लेंगे, then we will be done with this unit। उसके बाद हम ट्रेड साइकिल्स करेंगे।
यस मैम।